Formula Rossa might have claimed the fastest coaster title from Kingda Ka, but that doesn't make this Six Flags mega attraction any less crazy or menacing. If the most thrilling part of a roller coaster is the height you scale before dropping down at Mach speed, then Kingda Ka might just be calling your name. Since 2005, Kingda Ka has held the crown of world's tallest roller coaster. It reaches a seemingly impossible height of 456 feet before dropping you 418 feet at a nearly 90-degree angle. Remember, this ride can reach speeds of up to 128 miles per hour and can do so in roughly 3.5 seconds. It may not be the fastest coaster ever, but its speed plus the insane height should be quite enough to make you glad you hit the bathroom before taking this ride. Perhaps because of the extremes this coaster puts its riders through, it's not a long ride at all. From launch to stop, you're on the coaster for only 28 seconds. But in those 28 seconds, you're subjected to that rapid-fire launch, the record-setting rise, a 270-degree spiral, and then another 129-foot rise that actually makes you weightless for a second. Immediately thereafter, the brakes hit and the ride is over. Brief run or not, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone walking away from Kingda Ka disappointed. Some roller coasters are tall, others are fast. The Smiler, a United Kingdom coaster, earned its insane reputation another way. It features more rolls and loops than any other coaster in the world. Built in 2013, the Smiler immediately garnered attention for its 14 inversions, a record that no coaster has topped since. The first inversion happens before you begin your ascent, meaning the second your car moves, you're already upside down. After a series of inversions, the train stops, and you're sent up yet another set of brake tracks for a second ascent. After a 90-degree drop, you'll begin the second half of the ride, which features even crazier loops than the last. Near the very end, you're barrel rolling 360 degrees several times over, leaving no time to do anything but scream before the ride finally comes to a complete stop. The Smiler also features several gimmicks it calls mind manipulations. It makes it appear that the ride is spraying you with laughing gas and other assorted chemicals designed to put a smile on your face, hence the ride's name. That may not be necessary, as your stomach's incessant tickling from going upside down and all around so many times in just a couple of minutes will make you smile no matter what gases Alton Towers pretends to throw your way. Full Throttle reaches a height of 160 feet. While that may not sound impressive when compared to other coasters that send you over 450 feet in the air, you may change your tune when you learn that you're upside down at that height. Yes, Full Throttle features a 160-foot high vertical loop, which is crazy to imagine, much less experience. You experience that insane loop almost immediately, as Full Throttle launches you from 0 to 70 miles per hour within a second or so. From there, you find yourself zooming upward until you're upside down, 160 feet up. After a few more inversions, the ride suddenly stops. But you're not done yet, as you now get to experience everything again, only in reverse. So not only will you be upside down 160 feet high, you'll be that way twice. After that, the ride ends for real, less than a minute after it began. Not surprisingly, Full Throttle set the record for tallest vertical loop upon its launch in 2013. In 2016, though, a Chinese coaster called Flash debuted, also featuring a 160-foot loop. But if you're a North American adrenaline junkie, you still can't go wrong with visiting the co-champion in California. The one drawback of a roller coaster, no matter how thrilling it may be, is that the ride's simply over too fast. Some don't even last 30 seconds, which can be a bummer after spending 45 minutes in line. If that's the case, then head on over to Japan, where the Steel Dragon 2000 coaster is ready to spend lots of quality time with your screaming self. The Dragon is the world's longest coaster by far. It features a whopping 8,133 feet of track. By comparison, Kingda Ka is only 3,118 feet long, and Gravity Max measures a mere 1,863 feet. With that much terrain to cover, Steel Dragon is a lengthy ride indeed. From launch to stop, you're in that train for close to 4 minutes. Steel Dragon 2000 reaches a height of 318 feet before dropping you 307 feet below. It can reach speeds of up to 95 miles per hour and immerses you in pitch blackness several times over. There's no inversions or crazy loops, but the sheer amount of coaster you get more than makes up for that. So if you're ever in Japan and have 5 minutes to kill, there's a dragon who's anxious to meet you.
Gravity Max is a behemoth steel roller coaster found at Lapao Land in Taichung, Taiwan. With a G-force of 3.5, Gravity Max reaches a top speed of 56 miles per hour and has a height of 114 feet. It's a tilt coaster and was the first roller coaster in the world to have a tilt section when it debuted in 2002. Gravity Max was built by Dutch roller coaster designer Vekoma. The danger and terror of this popular roller coaster stems from the fact that the top half of the track is absent until the coaster tilts. The car of the roller coaster tilts from horizontal to vertical before it clicks into place. Once the car is clicked into place, it drops the roller coaster straight down. The fact that this roller coaster relies on the proper alignment and the proper click mechanism to function makes it a highly dangerous roller coaster. In fact, the Gravity Max has been called the most terrifying roller coaster in the world. Although this fast roller coaster has been given many accolades, including being voted the #1 steel roller coaster in the world of amusement today's Golden Ticket Awards 5 times since 2003, Superman, the Ride of Steel, has had some pretty significant safety issues in the past. The roller coaster, designed by Swiss roller coaster guru Intamin, debuted on May 5, 2000. Upon its debut, it was the tallest and longest roller coaster on the East Coast. This mega coaster has a chain lift launch system, a drop of 221 feet, and travels at a speed of 77 miles per hour. On August 6, 2001, however, disaster struck when one of the trains collided with another train in the loading station. 22 people were injured, and the ride was closed for 2 weeks before reopening. But on May 1, 2004, disaster struck again when a man fell out of the roller coaster and was killed. This second disaster prompted some major and muchly needed roller coaster modifications. A go or no-go belt was installed for each seat, which means that the coaster cannot leave the loading area until the T-bar is secure. Also, shin restraints were added so riders' feet cannot leave the car. Furthermore, metal restraints were attached to the T-bars to encase the riders' legs. The fact that riders must be encased in the car of the coaster speaks to the dangers of Superman, the Ride of Steel. The fastest roller coaster in the world is located at Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi. The Formula Rossa reaches a top speed of 150 miles per hour in just 4 seconds. This fast coaster debuted on November 4, 2010, and it uses a hydraulic launch system to reach its top speed. Riders who are brave enough to ride this speed demon of a coaster will experience a G-force of 4.8 along the 2.2-kilometer-long track. Because the coaster is so fast, there is the danger of impact with airborne things, such as insects, so riders are required to wear protective glasses while riding. The shape of the coaster was meant to imitate the famous Italian Autodrome Nazionale Monza racetrack, and a ride on this dangerous roller coaster is sure to leave your heart racing. Takabisha, Japan. The word Takabisha means domineering, and this dangerous roller coaster is true to its name. Takabisha domineers the steepest roller coaster space. With a drop angle of 121 degrees, Takabisha is the steepest roller coaster in the world. Found at Fuji-Q Highland Amusement Park in Japan, this roller coaster began operations on July 16, 2011, and cost over $28 million US to build. The roller coaster goes up to 100 miles per hour and holds the Guinness World Record for steepest roller coaster made of steel. The ride, which is just over 2 minutes long, takes riders through several inversions, loops, and of course, the record-breaking 121-degree drop. Riders have described Takabisha as both terrifying and exhilarating. And although Takabisha has had no incidents or accidents as of yet, a drop of that degree is definitely dangerous.
Really proves that you have to draw the line after a while. The Fear Coaster at the Easter Show in Australia was pretty popular, but there was a ton of issues ever since it opened. For instance, in 2011 it broke down in midair on the first day of the show and had to be closed down for repairs. Even before then, in 2010 it left 3 people stranded upside down for over an hour, which must have been super scary for them.